Hey, welcome back to Rob's Garage Woodworking. Today I'm going to show you how to make this spice rack. Pretty simple spice rack. What I've done is we ended up with a lot of these bags of spices, which are far too big to put into these bottles, for example. Right? So you can't really put them in. You want to save some money, so the small bottles are ridiculously expensive. And then you get up to these other ones, which are cheaper, like the Clubhouse brand. It's cheaper and you get twice as much. And then if you buy it by the bag, it's really inexpensive. So what do? Well, what we found is that you can get these jars. You can get the small jam jars. Okay, this actually has jam in it. Then you have the larger jam jars, like this one, where I have the poppy seeds in it. So you can empty pretty much a full bag into one of these larger jam jars. And if you have smaller ones and you want to decant and take them out of the original, you can take them and put them in a smaller jam jar and stack the jam jars like that. So, anyway, now we're going to show you how to do the construction. Alright, so I already cut out, I ripped my sides. So the sides are 58.5 by 3 1/4. The sides are a little bit wider than the shelves. The shelves will be 3 inches deep. They'll be 12 inches long. And then on the front of the shelf, there's going to be a little shelf stop. And this is actually pine doorstop molding. And that'll go right on the front of the shelf to keep the spices from sliding out. Just decorate it a little bit too. Not much. Pretty simple shelf still. So now I'm going to do my cross cuts. So I'm going to use the radial arm saw. I've already set my fence saw at 12 inches. Alright. So I just clamp that on to the fence, and then I can repeat my cuts over and over and over again. So that's what I'm doing now. We'll start that off. Since we've already got the saw set up for the pine shelves, the shelf stop is obviously the same width. So we're going to cut those next. So now we're going to lay out where the shelves go. I have 5-inch space in between all my shelves. I have a 1.5-inch space down at the bottom. So it's 1.5, then 3/4, then 5-inch, then 3/4, then 5 inches, then 3/4, then 5 inches, then 3/4, all the way down. So what we have to do is after you mark it all off with your tape measure, we're going to do lines across, and that will help us to locate our shelves. So what you want to do is set your square up, hold on to it, draw your lines, and I'm doing both boards at the same time. I've clamped them together, and that way your lines are perfect and you only have to lay it out one time. Alright, in the top corners we're actually going to notch out a 45-degree cut, and that's going to be 1 inch. So mark your 1 inch. Take your combination square, and you just want to draw, that's the best way to do this so you guys can see it better. Just want to draw a 45-degree line here. And you're going to cut that off on your miter saw. So one of these on each end, and you're going to take both these boards and cut them at the same time to save yourself some time, obviously, and to make them uniform. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to run a bead of glue on this, and just a small bead in each line where your shelf is going to go, and then we're going to nail the shelves in. Now we'll take our shelves and we'll line them up, and we'll do these one at a time. And we'll nail them in with our brad nailer with 1 1/4 inch brads. Get this closer to me so I can look at it. So make sure your fingers are out of the way just in case the nail kind of shoots where it shouldn't go. So you're going to shoot the bottom, then you're going to line up the top, you shoot the top, and then you shoot the middle. So 3 nails for each one for me. So now when we get the other side, we'll run our glue on that, and then nail it all together. Alright, so it kind of looks like a ladder. And there's a little bit of a gap here, and that's where we're going to put our doorstop molding, which will be our shelf stop molding in this case. And make sure you know where the top is, because you want your molding to look right. So it's going to fit in like so, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit of glue on each one of these shelves on the front, and then nail it in with a brad nailer. So what you want to do is you want to put these, set them into the glue, line them up nice at the bottom, and we are going to use 3/4 inch brads on these. So do the one corner first, one side, line up the other side, and line up the middle, make sure it's good, and do that for each and every shelf. So here we are, this is it, kind of sideways here, but you get the idea. And put your splices on it. It's quite tall. And what we're going to do now is we're going to knock off the edges here, smooth it out so you don't get any cuts, and then we'll stain it. Just take the sandpaper and smooth off the edges. Want to do any more sanding to it, now's the time, and then maybe fill these holes if you're interested in doing that. Sometimes people like to leave them open. It's up to you. And then stain it.